Moving to downtown Toronto could end up being the worst mistake you make. Today, we're going through 5 reasons why downtown Toronto may not be the right move for you. And stick around because the reasons get worse as we go, all the way until reason number 5, which may just shock you out of wanting to live here entirely. Reason number 1, it's more expensive than people think. The average condo price in downtown Toronto is around $540,000. And that's down nearly 10% from last year. That gets you a 1-bedroom, maybe 550 square feet, a condo fee of $500 to $700 a month on top of your mortgage and property taxes. And if you want anything with a 2nd bedroom or actual space, you're pushing to $600 to $700,000 easily. To live solo in this city, you need a take-home income of $75,000 to $85,000 a year. And a family of 4 needs about $150,000 combined, and that's before the double land transfer tax. In Toronto, you pay both provincial and municipal land transfer tax. On a $700,000 purchase, that's an extra $20,000 at closing you don't pay anywhere else in Ontario. For detached homes, the picture only gets more expensive. The average detached price in downtown Toronto is about $2 million right now. And don't expect a huge lot or a backyard for that price. It's cramped down here, houses right on top of each other, not much space. However, if you're a buyer, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. In the summer of 2026, we're currently in one of the best buyer's markets I've seen in my 9 years as a realtor here. So if downtown works for you, now's a great time to buy. Now, getting into reason number 2 is something that affects you every single day, regardless of your budget. And for a lot of people, it's the first thing that really starts to grind them down with Toronto. Reason number 2, the traffic and congestion will change how you live. Toronto has the worst traffic of any city in Canada. The DVP or QEW through downtown are constantly ranked as some of the busiest highways in North America. Getting anywhere by car downtown during rush hour is pretty much pointless. I stopped booking showings downtown during rush hour because it was taking me 30 minutes to travel less than a kilometer between buildings. And if you do have a car down here, expect parking to be about $30 to $40 a day and even over $5 every hour for street parking in some places. That's if you can find a parking spot in the first place, which is its own challenge. There's also hefty no stopping fines of over $150, which I've gotten more than a few times. On the flip side, the subway is pretty excellent if you're near it. Line 1 goes north and south, and Line 2 east and west all the way through the downtown core and the city. Although you should expect pretty frequent delays or breakdowns, a lot of people in Toronto joke that our transit system, the TTC, stands for Take the Car. And although the highways can get super jammed during rush hour, driving downtown in off hours is actually a lot better than most people think. With my job being flexible, that's the majority of the downtown driving I do, and it's really not too bad once you get used to it. Now, traffic you can plan around, transit you can adapt to, but reason number 3 coming up affects something most people don't think about until after they've already been living here, and it might be the biggest reason people move out of the downtown core. Reason number 3, there's a real lack of space. Downtown Toronto condos are small. Not just small by suburb standards, small by any standard. The average new condo unit in Toronto is under 500 square feet. A lot of them I've seen are under 400 or even under 300. Developers have been building smaller and smaller units for years, especially when buyers were buying them up sight unseen. And 500 square feet may sound like enough until you're working from home, your partner's on a call, you have nowhere to put a dining table, and the walls feel like they're closing in every second. Construction is everywhere too. The house next door to us was converted into a 4-plex, and we were woken up before 7 a.m. by construction noises for months. In the downtown core, that's multiplied. There are cranes on seemingly every other block, the density is increasing constantly, and the disruption that comes with it is just part of daily downtown Toronto life. There's also tons of foot traffic, especially if there's a festival or big event going on, which is happening almost every night in Toronto, especially right now in the summer. If you're someone who likes walking though, Toronto's downtown core is constantly rated as a walker's paradise. Especially if you're in a condo right in the heart of the city, you have pretty much everything you need within a 5-minute walk. The whole city is laid out like a grid, so it's pretty easy to navigate, and the whole downtown core feels surprisingly small once you get used to it. Now, reason number 4 is the one that nobody puts in a listing description. And if you're trying to figure out whether downtown Toronto works for you or your family or lifestyle, book a free call with me. My link's in the description and all my info is down below and on screen right now, and I personally get back to everyone. 2 more to go. Reason number 4 will have you adding up the change in your wallet, looking at your monthly bills, and wondering where it all went. Reason number 4, the cost of living gets out of control fast. Groceries in downtown Toronto are expensive. I walk to the local Loblaws near my place and spend $100 and come out with just a couple small bags of groceries. Restaurants, anything halfway decent is $25 to $35 for a main, before drinks and tip. A night out for 2 in downtown Toronto is easily $150 to $200 without trying. And here's the thing about Toronto's cost of living that most people don't realize before they move. You get used to spending more on everything. The restaurants, the shows, the patios, the lifestyle. The city pulls money out of you constantly, and it starts to feel normal because everyone around you is doing the same thing. It's only when you compare your bank account to where you were 2 years ago that the math becomes obvious. We regularly spend $20 to $30 at our morning coffee shops. Specialty drinks or lattes can be almost $10. And if you're at a nice restaurant, some drinks or cocktails are over $20. Add in parking, the highest car insurance rates in Canada, gym memberships, keeping up appearances, and downtown really adds up faster than you realize. But if you're someone who budgets well, there are still plenty of cost-conscious options that offer great food, dive bars for great drinks. You just have to spend the time and energy finding those hidden gems in the downtown core. All right, everything so far, the prices, the traffic, the space, the cost of living, those are things you can plan for, adjust for, and budget around. But reason number 5 is different. This one you can't negotiate with, and for some people, it's the reason Toronto is simply not a long-term option. Reason number 5. The winter might just make this city unlivable for you. Toronto gets 5 months of winter, and it's not mild winter. January and February in this city are genuinely brutal. Temperatures hitting -15 to -25 degrees Celsius with wind chill. I've had to dig my car out for 2 hours in my driveway after a single January snowfall last winter. Now, if you grew up in Ontario or other colder parts of Canada, this might just be life for you. But if you're moving here from BC or from the US or internationally, from anywhere with a milder climate, Toronto winters is a level of cold and gray that changes your relationship with the city. From November through March, that's the reality. The energy that makes downtown Toronto magnetic in the summer disappears. The patios close, the spontaneity shrinks. The city asks a lot of you in the winter, and not everyone's willing to pay that price. It also gets pretty gross and wet too. You definitely need to invest in a good pair of Blundstones or boots. Toronto winter can be pretty weird. -20 one day and then +3 with rain where everything just becomes sludgy and gross. The downtown path system helps. I mean, there's 30 kilometers of underground tunnels connecting over 70 buildings in the downtown core. You can get to work, grab lunch, run errands without ever going outside in January. But you still have to get to the path. And if you live anywhere but directly above a path entrance, winter in downtown Toronto will test you in a way that the summer version of the city does not prepare you for at all. This is the #1 reason people who love downtown Toronto in the summer leave by the 3rd year. Not the price, not the space, the winter. So today we talked about 5 reasons, escalating exactly like I promised. The cost is relentless. The traffic will grind you down daily. The space is smaller than you picture. The hidden costs stack up faster than your budget accounts for, and the winter might be the one that ends it for you. But here's the other side. Downtown Toronto, for the right person, is one of the best cities in the world. World-class food, culture, transit, entertainment, the Leafs, the Raptors, the Blue Jays, Toronto International Film Festival, Carabana. I play softball every summer here, beach volleyball on the waterfront, patios everywhere, tons of breweries and great drink options, Cottage country is only 2 hours away. There's really no better city in the world from May through September for my money. None at all if you can afford it and you don't need a car and the urban energy is why you're moving here. Toronto delivers everything it promised. The people who struggle moved here for the idea of a city and weren't ready for the reality. Now you know that reality before you arrive. So if downtown Toronto is still on your list, or you're trying to figure out whether it makes more sense to be in a suburb in Ontario or another city entirely, book a free relocation strategy call with me. The link's in the description, all my info's on screen, and I personally get back to everyone. If this video helped you out at all, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. New Toronto real estate videos every Tuesday and Friday. I'm Jordan Abrams. This is Living in Toronto. I'll see you around town.